responses here.
The one time
now we got
Can you hear us? Can you hear us now?
The one time we have all of our computers muted.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone hear us now? Mike, can you hear us?
Mike,
someone
give us a
please.
thumbs up.
There we go. All right.
There we go.
All right.
Should we
Just do it over.
All right, yeah, start over, of course.
Hey, and welcome to Stuck in Beta. I am Greg. With me is Josh and Josh. How you doing, guys?
Good.
We're doing great.
And you just missed the best 5 minutes we have ever had.
That seems to happen
I
every...
think we should end the show now. I mean,
So the problem is when there's a power outage, it resets all my equipment down here, and I don't think of checking it before we start.
The interns didn't.
I know they were supposed to. I was talking about April's here, and April didn't come down, but I was actually talking about the month. April.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you pull any April Fool's pranks?
Only the one. Molly was there making a bagel with the toaster, and I
Set
said,
the scene.
I said, "Hey, Molly, be careful in there. I saw a spider crawling across out from under the toaster there earlier," and she jumps away, and then I said, "April Fools."
That surprises me because she was all about protecting Mr. Spider-Man, who was underneath the...
Oh, yeah.
front
Yeah,
step.
Mr. Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The spider that was...
Dude was huge.
Yeah. Size of a Frisbee.
Yeah, she was like, leave him alone.
Because he was taking care of all the bugs that flew around the front door. Mr. Spider-Man. He was a good guy.
Good neighbor.
I don't know where he went either. I'm sure he's passed on, unfortunately.
How's Millie? Give us a Millie update.
Millie is doing good. She tends to be cranky as babies do. She's been wanting her mom a lot more than me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So
Mom's girl.
Yeah. But we'll see. She was fine with me today though, because
you're wearing your glasses.
I'm wearing my glasses. She goes, "Oh, you look like my real dad." No. So she actually let me
hold.
So I have this problem every time. Not every time, but let's see.
Which problem is this?
One out of every 3 times I change Millie, she pees on me.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow.
I've never experienced
boys
that with a girl.
No,
yeah, boys,
we never
boys
had
can
a
shoot
girl.
you in the face.
Yeah, boys got little guns.
Yeah.
Girls, it's just like
big guns.
I believe
it's
the
like
term is penis.
It's like a grenade because you hit it and it goes everywhere.
Wow, that's
pretty much
graphic.
No kidding. You didn't see it on the video. His hands were
like
6 feet wide.
like a 6 feet disaster zone or kill zone.
Okay, it's not that bad, but
you've never seen one like that before.
She does. It tends to whatever she's wearing ends up being like, well, gotta wash this.
Oh hell, that won't change for months.
No, I'm sure it won't, but it's
they go to preschool and that's still happening.
Yeah.
Well, it just seems to always happen to me, though. It's like the comforting hands of your dad. Oh, I feel so relaxed.
Maybe. So would it be that your hands are too warm or too cold, or you just push the wrong buttons?
I don't know. I
don't think I really had that happen to me. You normally with a boy, you could almost kind of tell as you remove the.
Yeah, we always. It only happened once in our house that we got peed on. Then it was you open the diaper, then you close the diaper real quick.
Just take a peek and put it right back down.
Well, I remember looking at baby stuff. They actually have a shield for boys that you put that you while you're changing them.
Where does the shield deflect it to?
Well, no, it's almost like
back in the
it's almost like a cup, like you hold it in front of them. So, Like you put that
like
on
a wooden spoon. You just kind of hover it above.
Really, you can get a measuring
Honey, give
cup.
me the wooden spoon off the wall. We got to change a diaper.
It's the same thing, really. Get a small pot or pan, and put it right in front.
I don't want to eat at your house if that's what you're doing with your pots and pans.
What? Yeah.
Oh man.
So
never let Greg cook dinner.
And we got pictures.
We had that argument at work one time about urine being sterile.
Okay.
At Jefferson.
Yeah. It is sterile.
Yeah, but I don't remember. Yeah.
But you wouldn't want to drink it.
Right. I think that was
you don't
part
want
of
it
the
on
argument.
you.
Yeah.
Man, but we got pictures of her this weekend. So a lot of the pictures, well, pretty much all the pictures, she was naked, and they put her in positions like they put a tutu over her, and you don't see any of her private area, but and you probably saw the one where she's wearing a tutu and a princess crown or whatever.
I saw that one. Yep.
So they're doing all these. She's posing her in all these directions. The photographer has she's. Little Millie's naked. They got like a little space heater keeping her warm the whole time. And this is going on for like 2 hours. I'm like, man, this is taking forever.
Jeez.
Wow.
And I'm like, I didn't think this was going to take that long. Then she's like, Dad, why don't you come over and we'll do one with you. And you can guess what happened.
She peed on you?
She goes, just hold her like this, in your hands, and we'll... And I'm like, ah!
You threw her?
Yeah, I threw her. I go, what the? Yeah. No, I didn't throw her, but yeah. I go, can we put a diaper and something over her?
He was uncomfortable as well.
Yeah. So, but yeah, babies. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And that's a show. So yeah, April Fool's was also Easter, so I didn't really do much April Fool's stuff. Either one of you?
Nah, nothing really. I had the beer hunt, and evidently
I don't remember that conversation, but
last year,
cool.
Last year
I took part. So down at my with my family. They do this, I guess they've been doing it about 4 or 5 years now. We do, everybody brings a 6-pack, and the kids go out and have the egg hunt, and then someone, maybe some of the older kids or something, or maybe somebody who's not interested in beer, will go out and hide all these beers. And it's basically the exact same premise as an egg hunt.
That's
it's just
cool.
with these beers. Unfortunately, this year, the selection was not good at all. So my aunt...
And your basket is like a cardboard six-pack.
Barrier, yeah. So my aunt threw out a message to everybody a couple weeks ago that she didn't want to have any stouts or anything like that brought. Yeah, because she says they always end up being left behind, and she doesn't drink them, and she ends up throwing them away. So she wanted more flavorful beers and lighter beers.
Flavorful beers? That's a stout,
right?
Well, she doesn't like those dark, heavy beers.
She's never had one.
A good one.
So everybody was bringing these nasty, the hard sodas and things like that.
Real sweet.
Yeah. And there was tons of them. And I was going around when it was my turn, or whenever we were doing the hunt, and I was passing up beers because I'm like, I don't want that,
So you each get a turn to go out?
No, I misspoke. It's everybody's out there, but I'm walking past the beer.
You see some, but you're like, no.
Yeah, you're seeing the hard. I don't know. There was my cousin brought. There's a Mountain Dew hard. So I think it's called Hard Mountain or something like that. But it's basically
Hard Mountain.
It's basically Mountain Dew.
It sounds like
hard
a Brokeback
soda.
Mountain
redo.
Brokeback Mountain 2. Yeah. Hard Mountain.
Hard Mountain. But yeah, I tried that Bud Light Orange.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know it existed, and you sent us...
Yeah, I saw it in the store yesterday.
Oh my gosh. So it looked interesting. I mean, it's in a clear bottle, and the beer itself has got that orange color. It looks like this glass right here. And it the first sip was like, oh, it's not so bad. It's subtle, It's a subtle orange. It's not like totally strong. But man, like 2 sips in, you're like, this is like really bad cough medicine.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even finish it. Lori took a few drinks of it, and we just ended up dumping it out. It was bad.
Really? So that one probably will be a limited time.
I hope so. I can't orange. I mean, that's not really a flavor that you would put with any kind of beer.
Like I was saying yesterday, I'm like,
drink,
why wouldn't
really.
lemon be their next choice?
Yeah.
They have lime, do lemon.
Not Boulevard. What's the
Oh yeah, the Blue Moon.
Blue
has,
Moon? Thank you. You put an orange with Blue Moon.
Orange
That's
peel and
and you put an orange slice with it. That's what they're.
Isn't that more? That's a Belgian. That's a wit though. That's kind of
right. I don't know.
I think the Bud Light Lime is I mean, not that I drink it all the time, but it's a pretty refreshing beer. Like if you just needed something,
but
like
it could
more beer,
If they put too much lime in it could probably get the same way that orange is. If they just dialed back the orange some, it probably wouldn't be horrible.
Yeah, I wish we had one of those to try. If I hadn't have drank it, but I was like, I want to try.
You could
this
probably get a tall boy of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about getting that, but then after you said it's bad, I'm like, I don't know if I want to waste even getting a 6-pack of it.
Right. No, you don't. You definitely don't.
No.
Well, I ended up driving to the lake because I had a guy that wanted to look at the boat, because I'm still trying to sell my boat.
The boat for sale.
And I've been texting with this guy for about a month, and he's like, yeah, really interested in it, I'll meet you. I'll come down, and I'll come over and I'll look at it Saturday morning. I'm like, well, crap. We weren't going to go down. So Annette and I drive down Friday. We go out and have dinner. The guy shows up. The second he shows up, it starts raining. And he's walking down to the dock, and he says, oh, I brought my wife and my 2 girls and our dog. I'm like, okay.
We want to go for a ride.
Right. And so immediately I'm thinking this guy is a boat ride shopper. He's in it for the boat ride. He's not.
Here's Uncle Bill with us.
So
he's got all his fishing gear.
Drop anchor.
Right. So, he comes and he looks at the boat. Oh, nice boat, nice. This is exactly what I want. Blah, blah, blah. Going carrying on. And I told him my price, and I'm pretty firm on the price. I've lowered it as much as I want to lower it. And he starts in and he's like, well, I was in Salina, Kansas this week for work, and I looked at a boat just like this, and it's a much better deal. I'm like, okay. I said, but this boat's here.
Yeah.
You don't have to drag this boat 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, my budget's about $3,000 less than what you say your bottom dollar is. I said, look, you came over here knowing what my bottom dollar was. This isn't a surprise.
Was he on the boat at the time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Pissing you off on the boat.
So I'm like, you knew this. This isn't a surprise. You knew what my bottom dollar is. Well, that other boat's such a better deal. I said, look, I'm not going any lower. If you think this other boat's such a great deal, I'll see you on the water. Have fun. So more or less, I wasted a trip to the lake because that's the only reason we went down there. So on the way home, I was fuming about this the whole way home. This guy wasted my time. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to find this other boat. So I got on Craigslist, and because he told me it's Salina, Kansas. So I'm like, by Kansas City. So I got on Craigslist for Kansas City, and I put in the search terms for the boat, and I'm like, yep, there it is, the exact boat. He said it was exactly like mine. It was just red. I'm like, okay. Find the boat. You want to know how much of a better deal this boat is? Take a wild guess how much.
Like price-wise?
Yeah. I mean, it's the exact same boat.
$50?
No.
$1,000?
$500.
Oh, my gosh.
He was trying to get me down on price.
Yeah.
Got news for him. It ain't happening.
So he just saw that. He didn't actually...
No, he may. I don't doubt that he was in Salina because he's a regional sales rep for a company, so he was probably in Kansas.
Yeah.
I don't have a reason to doubt that.
Well,
but
do you know that the person who in Kansas didn't offer him a better price than what was listed on the Craigslist?
That's possible. That's possible, but on the Craigslist ad it says a low price, want to move quick, firm, something like that. So, and I called the guy to verify. I called the guy selling the other boat to verify it was just like mine, and it is. I mean, whatever.
If that's such a great deal, why didn't he get it then?
Right.
So he has does he have a place down at lake?
Yeah.
At the lake?
Yeah.
And
that was the other thing. That was the other thing. He told me, he goes, yeah, I was really wanting to take this out for a ride and take it up to my friend that's a mechanic and let him look at it. I said, well, where's that at? Oh, it's up at the 40. I'm like, dude, we're at the 11.
Oh, man.
You're not taking this for
30
a
miles?
60-mile round-trip ride. No.
And did he want you to take it?
Yeah.
Go with him?
Yeah. 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 The guy was just wanting a boat ride, is what the guy was wanting.
Boat ride.
Come on, kids.
Exactly. Why would you bring your kids? I mean, I understand bringing your wife. Why would you bring your kids and your dog?
It wasn't even nice weather, was it?
No.
Yeah.
It was cold.
Well,
That sounds like fun.
So, do we?
Damn dogs.
What time is it?
5:17.
Do we want to get into the last item that we added in our pre-show meeting? I think this is going to be a good conversation.
Okay.
All right.
I forgot really how it started.
I think we were talking about video games.
Video games on the main
And-
TV in the house.
Yeah, my kids are really big into the Fortnite.
Yeah.
Which
On
I have no idea what it
Xbox.
is, apparently.
So it's an Xbox like download, I guess. It's not
Yeah.
even like a
On a disc.
it's not a
Yeah.
hard copy game or whatever. Which I don't know. Does a lot of Xbox One games a lot of them download like
Oh,
PS
yeah. The vast majority of the library is available like that.
Oh,
So it's PS4, Xbox One, iOS, and Windows and Macintosh.
Yeah. And there's also a competitor PUBG for the Android phone. But yeah, so Fortnite is fun. I mean, it's kind of cartoony, but it's
Yeah.
a first-person shooter, soul survivor kind of thing.
and it's so it's all online and you can play a lot of your friends can join and
Right.
you're in matches and evidently it's like huge. I mean, even some of the parents that have kids the similar age as ours are the kids are just as big into it. So we were talking before the show about how my kids, my boys, go back and forth between my house and their mom's house, and they take their Xbox One back and forth, and now they're suddenly taking monitors back and forth with them. So maybe a month or so ago, they were playing on our TVs in our house in our living room, and now they got monitors and they're taking them in their room, which
Because
is,
you kicked them off the TV, right?
well, I guess they felt like they were always getting kicked off the TV.
Right.
It'd be time to either watch something as a family or, we wanted to watch something on TV. So they've got these monitors now, and we were talking about how we were never able to do that as kids.
I don't remember ever having a gaming system on the main TV in our house.
So like in your living room, you never had a gaming system?
I don't think so.
No, I was never allowed to have that.
Yeah.
It ended up in my room.
But see, okay, so then at what age did you have a TV in your room?
I think I was either 11 or 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have had a hard and fast rule of not allowing the kids to have a TV in their room because they go there and they disappear, and then you're
right.
interacting with each other.
You're right.
I didn't get it until I had to have really good grades and all that. I mean, I had straight A's and all that, and they're like, fine. I mean, you're making good grade.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
I remember my first TV was a black and white, probably a 9-inch television that my grandpa gave me because my mom and dad wouldn't get me one, and with bunny ears. And the only reason I remember this was because it was, I think, one of the first seasons of The Simpsons, and I remember fighting with the bunny ears, trying to get The Simpsons on that TV in my bedroom. So I don't know what year.
1989.
89.
Yeah, you
Well,
were like
It'd be
probably like 10 or so,
1990.
Yeah.
1990. 89 was one.
Yeah, that makes sense. So 10, 11.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of a tough situation to be in as a parent because now, I kind of was like, oh, whatever. But then Lori's like, we know we had a really, strict rule about no TVs in their bedrooms, and really, technically, it's not like a TV.
But they could load Sling on the Xbox One and watch TV, right?
They could, yeah. But I mean, really, these kids don't even really watch TV. They're more video games than anything else.
Kids now consume media way different than we consume media.
So they'll lay in their beds and look at their phone and watch
Which is
YouTube
crazy.
or Netflix or whatever for hours.
It's the same.
Exactly the
right.
same.
Exactly right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember having the VCR in my room when my parents they got a new VCR.
Sure.
And then so I kind of
You inherited the old one.
yeah, I inherited the old one, and that was great because
What kind of movie? Yeah.
no
That's where
recording
the box came.
recording
Oh,
like
Entertainment in
Simpsons,
the bedroom.
recording like Simpsons and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Sure.
and Saturday morning cartoons. But I remember recording so much stuff, and I'd watch things over and over again, and like we do the thing where you had the 2 VCRs and record. Rent a movie, recording a movie.
Yeah.
I remember like Wayne's World or something like that, where you'd watch over and over and over again.
Swing.
Yeah.
All right. So did you ever have cable on the TV in your room?
I did. So we had. It was before I think it was TCI, if I remember correctly. That. So we added a splitter. Okay, so at the time, you needed like a box.
Yep.
In order for your TV to get it, but if you ran like a splitter and just ran it to I ran it through the VCR. The VCR had more chance. My TV was one of those crank knobs where it only went up to 13 or something like that.
Had a U
and then had a UHF knob to,
Yeah. Well, if you went through the VCR, and I was pretty... that's kind of why I'm the techno geek that I am now. A lot of this stuff, figuring stuff out just to get TV and stuff like that. So I figured out how to get it to my VCR in order to get all these other channels, and some were scrambled, but some actually came in.
Yep.
So
and that was when, I guess, TV shortly after that, because the reason the VCR worked is because it had a cable card built into it.
Right, yeah.
Or a tuner card built into it. And so shortly after that, TVs started coming with the cable card, cable ready, I guess it was the term, where they could automatically
channel 99 or whatever.
Right. They could descramble the more or less free channels that were always on the wire.
Right.
That's all I ever had in my room was the free cable stuff.
Yeah.
And we didn't get cable TV. Man, Charter didn't come to out where my mom and dad live. It seemed like forever because they're out in the sticks.
Yeah. I only had over the air. We never
really
had cable whenever I was a kid.
She still doesn't have cable.
She does.
Does she?
Yeah.
I thought she had satellite, but I didn't know she had cable.
Yeah, maybe it's satellite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was weird, wasn't it? Like that street, like right on the corner, they had cable, but
Yeah.
No, that was back. AT&T still does it now. If they figure out they can't make enough money by turning on a neighborhood, they're not turning that neighborhood on.
Yeah.
They see it as a loss. So you going to download Fortnite now, Greg? I see you watching Fortnite videos.
No, I was looking at it, and a game that I used to love, it's not that old, but Team Fortress 2, which was more or less a cartoony first-person shooter, kind of red team versus blue team, and you get to pick you'd be a soldier, you could be a scout. They had different different people with different weapons. I was looking at this trying to see if it's somewhat similar, but I don't know. It looks kind of, I don't know.
They got different weapons and stuff. Like they have shotguns and automatic rifles, and
that's the thing about this game too. So it's progressive. You always, so I guess you continue to earn points or whatever, and then you get better weapons. You get better this and that.
It's kind of like the movie we're going to talk about.
Is it a team versus team? Like
it can be. So, there's a team mode. There's
and they
an individual
capture
mode.
A flag or something. Like
I think
that.
so. And then you can purchase that stuff too.
Yeah.
Purchase like the better weapons, purchase the better skins,
and that's what you're saying. You're making fun of.
Yeah, we won't get into that. Yeah, I think some of the older guys aren't quite as good at it, so they end up spending the money. Whereas
like
my son,
older guys,
well, my son, he just laughs at that. He's like, "You spend money on that?" And they're just cruising through.
It's free.
Now they did have me set up, so they found they were. I don't know. There's like some special skin and special weapon that was available. Skin is like a suit.
Yeah.
There was some special. What do you call it? What they treasures or whatever. They
do have treasure chests.
I think
I've seen those.
Called.
Yeah.
So they had this whole video that they showed me on how you can set up an Amazon Prime account, and then you had to go set up a Twitch Pro account. And then once you did that, then you had to like go into the game. And anyway, I had to set up 2 of them, so I had to use like different email addresses to set up a Prime account because you had to be a new Prime member. So you had to set up a Prime account, and then you had to set up a Twitch account.
But Prime cost what? $100?
30-day free trial.
30 days free trial. Okay.
And then the Twitch account is linked from the Prime
Yeah,
account.
because Amazon owns Twitch.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got these new weapons, and they were just like so excited. But there's 2 boys playing it, so I had to do it twice.
So is Twitch Pro paid, or does it have another free trial?
It's Twitch Prime.
Oh,
right?
Sorry.
Is it? I thought it was yeah. I don't know. I canceled both of them immediately right afterwards.
So
all I had to do was unlock them.
I'm one of the people that does watch Twitch every once in a while.
Do you really?
I watch a lot of the game Super Mario Maker. I love watching these guys go through it's just Mario, but they make these incredibly hard levels. Like, you gotta throw a turtle shell, jump off it, then you gotta throw something else and jump off there's a lot to it, and to me it's just fascinating, and I get caught up watching those videos over and over, and I'm like, well, it doesn't cost me anything to watch these, so it's entertaining. What do I care?
Jackson does that with Roblox. There's this one British dude on YouTube that has Roblox videos, and he's constantly yelling. It's like nails on a chalkboard to me, but
I've never heard of that game.
All he'll watch is this British dude playing Roblox.
What's that on? What game's that on?
I think it's a computer game. It might be on the Xbox too. I think it's a downloadable for Xbox. Drives me crazy.
I cannot get into video games for anything.
I like video games. I'm not going to sit on YouTube and watch someone play video games, though. That's weird. Is it time for beer?
It is.
Okay, we can do that.
I brought a special beer.
He's been you've been dying to
I drank
time
last
check.
night.
Multiple time checks. Is this it right here?
Yeah.
So introduce it to us. You've been really excited about it.
This is a special beer, guys. So this is from Founders. It is their KBS, which is Kentucky Breakfast Stout. It's I guess a limited release or rare release, however you want to say it.
Which is weird. They're from Michigan, right?
Yes, sir. This is Grand Rapids, Michigan.
So how do they get Kentucky? Just because?
It's
bourbon,
aged in
bourbon barrel. Okay. I got the thing pulled up. If you want me to.
You got a thing pulled up?
The 2018 ABV is 12.3%.
Ooh, that's why I slept so good last night.
The beer rating is 100%.
Wow.
So, bourbon barrel aged chocolate coffee stout. What we have got here is an imperial stout brewed with a massive amount of coffee and chocolates, then cave aged in oak bourbon barrels for an entire year to make sure the wonderful bourbon undertones come through in the finish. Makes your taste buds squeal with delight. Whee! So there you go.
It is a good beer. Schnucks and Festus had it behind the customer service counter. You could only buy 1 4-pack.
So
there was their limit.
Were you like the very front?
Yeah. Where you go to turn in Powerball tickets?
Yeah.
How did you
even know to look there?
Yeah.
I asked it to check out. I was getting lunch at the salad bar, and I asked the lady.
Will you open that?
Oh man, I'm trying to do like 1,000 things here.
Oh, I see.
He's social media director now. I guess.
I'm just social mediaing it up. So one of the kid that works for me, we went to Schnucks to get lunch, and we were checking out in the lane. The express lane that has the high value liquor in it.
Oh yeah, right.
So I
next
asked
to the cigarettes, right?
Yeah, I asked that lady. I said, "Now I know you've had special beers behind this counter before, and I think I got that Bourbon County." And she's like, "Yeah, I remember we had Bourbon County back here." I said, "Do you have KBS from Founders?" She goes, "I don't have it here, but let me make a phone call." And she picks up the phone and calls the desk like 100 feet from her, and they're like, "Yeah, we have it over here." And the lady's over there pointing at it on the shelf. But they probably had, 5 or 6 of these 4-packs. And I am ashamed to say that this 4-pack cost me, I think, $24.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
However,
like
a perennial or a $25, $30 bottle bomber is probably only like 3 bottles. So you got 4. So.
Right. Oh, I don't even know that a bomber is 3 bottles. Is that a 20-ounce bottle?
I don't know. What's 500 milliliters in ounces?
Ask Google. Go ahead.
I was going to say, just on aroma alone,
Turns you on, doesn't it?
holy cow.
Yeah.
So I went out to...
16 ounces.
So that's like a bottle and a
Nah,
half.
that can't be right. Maybe it's 750.
Yeah, it's 750 because that's a liquor bottle. But still, that's only like 20 ounces. 25.
25.
So that's two.
That's like two 12-ounce bottles.
Yeah.
A little over... yeah.
So that's still cheaper than buying a bottle
Yeah.
from Perennial.
We went to Friar Tuck's over the weekend.
This is so good.
And Lori really likes stouts quite a bit, and so I put together like a what do you call it? Build your own 6-pack.
Maker 6 or
Yeah, and then
Pick your six.
she bought a 6-pack of that beer that she had at that restaurant that we were at with you
Tapped?
from Southern Missouri. Gosh, it was a stout that she
Mother's?
really liked. Not Mother's, but anyway.
Springfield Brewing.
No. Anyway, it's really good, but none of them have this aroma. This aroma is just,
Yeah.
it's blended so well. It just smells,
Yeah.
it smells so good.
Yeah. And it tastes great.
That's a tasty beer. I enjoy that.
Yeah. So I've only got one left.
Man,
I might have to go back and buy another
that's
4-pack.
perfect.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that over.
That is 100%.
That's why. So that's why it's 100. It's ranked 100. So that's on Beer Advocate that it's ranked 100.
rate beer, it said.
Man.
So what is the new Abraxas rated? Out of curiosity, because Abraxas was the first beer that I had that was rated a 100. But I bet you the newest one's not that high.
That says
That
100%.
Is it? Okay. 98.
98% style. Overall 100%.
100. Okay. I haven't had the new Abraxas.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Yeah.
it's a shame that it's that expensive, but I mean, I guess
Is Molly? Would she appreciate?
I don't
this?
know if she's ready to, because she couldn't drink anything carbonated for a while,
Okay.
and so I'll
mean,
save a little.
You need to go to you need to go to Schnucks and buy a 4-pack is what you need to do.
gotta savor this.
Yeah,
Because we've got her favorite too,
this will be her
that-
favorite.
blueberry maple pancake stout
Oh, yeah.
that she really liked.
This
We've
is
got a 6-pack.
this
of
is
that.
a freaking good beer.
It's good. I enjoy it.
And look, Darren
and I-
joined.
and
Darren,
I actually-
Darren, we're drinking KBS. Darren,
And I actually think this may. It's funny we had M&Ms last week, but we do again. This may actually pair well with this.
oh
So these,
man, I went out and bought a bunch of those M&Ms that we had last week. By the way,
oh, probably not the mint,
Really?
though.
no, not the mint.
Yeah.
The coffee. bean
Oh
ones.
yeah, that would be
But
a
don't-
perfect pairing with this.
I made a mistake and I didn't realize it. I got home with the peanut M&M coffee nut. The peanuts overwhelm the coffee flavor. It's
You
just
want the
eating a-
espresso?
No, the ones we had last week were coffee nut, weren't they?
No,
Yeah.
that's the one that they make all the time now.
Oh.
You want espresso,
Damn it.
crunchy espresso.
yeah,
Damn it.
that's right.
Okay, so I got to go. I bought the wrong
Yeah.
ones again.
Those were the ones that won the vote in 2016.
Okay, and you're saying Schnucks had the espresso one?
They did. I saw them at Walgreens too.
Oh, did you? Okay.
These are Neapolitan.
Josh has something to
M&Ms.
say.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna ask. Did you mention where you put the other beer? You said you have one left.
Don't ask where I put my beer.
you said you drank
I
one.
drank one last night, and I gave my boss one yesterday because he
Oh.
appreciates fine
Wow,
Kentucky
what a nice
aged.
guy.
Yeah, he was very appreciative.
You've
So-
given away.
Now Darren's going to start whining in the chat room that I didn't give him one.
So if you see, they have a chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry.
Strawberry?
What, did I say it wrong?
I don't know.
Red's definitely strawberry.
What's the? So it's supposed to be strawberry what? Chocolate.
It's Neapolitan.
Ah, oh, okay.
Yeah, white's definitely vanilla. That's good. I mean, so far they're 2 for 2.
Oh, that chocolate's a
What's
really different kind of chocolate flavor. Oh,
I guess more like ice cream.
yeah, chocolate ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
that's a because
I
it's
agree.
not your normal like milk chocolate.
Right, M&M's chocolate. Yeah, those are good. I'm gonna take all 3 at the same time.
Those look pretty good.
Oh, look at you, mix flavor master.
Well, that's like the ice cream.
Okay, so I know you got a lot of movies we need to talk about
Okay.
and a TV show. Do we want to knock Roseanne out right away?
That's sure.
I have not watched Roseanne.
Okay,
I want to. I used to love that show whenever I was a kid.
I'm telling you what. It is,
I tell you what,
after how many years hiatus,
Was it 20?
season 10. Yeah, 20, something like 20 years.
it hit its stride the first episode. I mean, it was like it never went off the air. John Goodman was hilarious. Roseanne was hilarious.
Are they in the same house?
Yeah.
Did they address like the
Him dying?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the end of the show.
Real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, it was funny.
And they spoiled it in a commercial.
Yeah, they did,
Oh, really?
too. Yeah.
It's just him with a respirator on.
CPAP.
Yeah, CPAP in bed. He go. So I thought you were dead. Why does people keep saying that?
Oh,
And that was
Yeah,
it.
that
That's
was
the
it.
only mention of it, which was great because, to be honest, the final season of Roseanne
Yeah.
wasn't that great. It was
No,
that
I
the whole
agree.
dream season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
didn't they like win the lottery or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, there were it. Yeah,
But it's so there's funny political stuff. There's interesting, I guess, social issues that you
Yeah,
could say.
yeah.
I mean, Roseanne's got a grandkid that's not trans. I guess
he's doesn't say he definitely
he's not gay, but he's a boy that dresses as a girl.
yeah
Oh,
right.
man.
Yeah,
So Roseanne and Dan are having extremely hard time with that.
Whose kid is that?
Darlene.
Okay.
So Darlene is all about supporting her kid,
Yeah.
you know, which I get.
Darlene's living back at home.
Okay.
So that episode, more or less, was the whole mindset shift of Roseanne and Dan of this is weird. He shouldn't be doing this to.
I thought that was
Acceptance.
episode 2.
Was it episode 2?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
So who's back? Who's on
Everybody.
the show? Really?
So Becky, remember she was gone for 3
Yep.
years.
the original.
The original,
Becky, yeah.
and
Yep.
I don't remember the original's name, but Sarah Chalk, because I know her because
Yeah.
she was on Scrubs.
Yeah.
She was the second Becky.
Right.
You okay?
Yeah.
They're both on there?
Yeah.
They're both on there. Yeah.
Kind of funny.
That's weird.
It's weird, but it's funny.
But they make it where the first. They're both on there, but only the one is playing Becky.
Right.
Huh.
Not Sarah
And-
Chalk, the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DJ?
DJ's there.
DJ was on there.
I remember looking that guy up. I don't know why, but he's like the only guy on that show who's never done any other acting.
Yeah, I don't think he. has-
Interesting.
I
And he's
could
probably
see
like
that.
30 or so,
Probably.
give or take.
Mid-30s, maybe. Yeah. So, without giving too much away, really, I enjoy it.
Yeah, I thought it was
I watched
funny.
episode 3 last night. I enjoyed it. Jackson enjoyed it. There were some moments in the first 2 episodes that were like
Yeah.
not like horribly inappropriate, but the whole transgender thing was a little bit borderline. And I mean, Jackson didn't have any questions about it, but I mean, it was.
He's processing.
Yeah, he's very cerebral. No, I think it's great. It's a great show.
And I have to say that Darlene, what's her name? Sarah Gilbert? Is that who?
Yeah.
She's the only one that doesn't seem to have changed much at all.
Hardly at all.
Yeah, she almost looks like just like she did on the show.
Yeah. Well, and Jackie, she looks very
Yeah,
similar. And really, Roseanne and Dan look pretty
I mean,
similar.
they definitely look older.
Well, it's been 20 years.
Well, yeah, but
But you've seen both of them quite
Yeah.
a bit.
Sure.
Actually, Sarah Gilbert was
yeah,
on
she's
that.
on that talk show. She has that.
Well,
Yeah.
she's on Big Bang
Big Bang,
Theory, and so
yeah.
is Jackie. She's Sheldon's mom.
Yeah, and so is Johnny Galecki. I don't know if they've.
Yeah.
he's
Oh,
been
that'd
on
be
there
funny
yet.
to see him come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
sure.
is she married on the show or is she single?
Divorced?
I thought.
Single mom of some sort.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember if it's a divorce or died.
Yeah,
or-
that'd be interesting if he came back to
Yeah.
the show.
But it's interesting because a lot of the,
if CBS will let him be.
well, they let the
Yeah.
other two.
That's true.
Yeah, but well,
Stars, I guess.
It's interesting because some of the plot line is how parents more or less don't discipline their kids now. That whole everybody gets a trophy mentality, and Roseanne and Dan are like, that's ridiculous. Discipline your damn kids, or
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. There's a lot of social commentary there that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that show seemed like it always spoke what the normal people were saying. You know what I mean? Or what I would consider normal.
It's-
like just Midwestern.
well, it's more of
I think that's called flyover state
Yeah.
people.
It's the lower middle class, basically, is
right.
what it is.
Yeah, that's what
And that's the
what I was.
That's the majority of
Without a
America.
doubt.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably why it did so well.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, so on to the movies that you've watched and put on your list here.
I have got to jump in here and say that I watched 3 Billboards.
Oh, I thought Greg put that on there. What'd you think?
That was me. So you have watched this. I mean, you were like hitting us up.
It deserved every
many times.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
Haven't watched it.
Absolutely horrible.
Oh, whatever.
Hated it. I hated it. This would be one movie that I swear to you, Lori and I, like halfway through, like she kept trying to. We both kept like.
This is what I think I would be like, to be honest.
I remember when this movie first came out, and you said you watched the trailer, and you said it's like they're forcing like the cursing, and it just doesn't feel natural. Do you remember saying that?
Yeah, I remember him saying it too.
And that stuck in my mind for whatever reason, and I could not shake it. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, the way... It did not seem realistic whatsoever.
It's not Joe Pesci in a gangster movie.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't like it.
You're so
we were
wrong.
ready to... I wanted to turn it off halfway through because I was like, this is going nowhere.
Oh, my God.
And I never say that about a movie, but I was so bored and disgusted with it. I'm like, this is just so stupid.
The only problem I had with that movie was the ending.
The ending was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, the ending was bad.
No closure whatsoever.
None.
I mean, who wants to see a movie like that?
But Woody Harrelson?
Woody Harrelson's great. I love Woody Harrelson.
Kingpin.
He's great in everything. He was fine in that movie.
He was great in that movie.
Spoiler, he's not in it much.
No, he's not. About half of it.
I mean...
It was a great movie.
Oh, God, it was horrible. I was so disgusted with it.
He's going to hate Roseanne.
And I remember I bet I'll like it. We kept, like, almost laughing at certain things, and then I got to a point where I wasn't laughing anymore, and then Lori was kind of, like, laughing, and I was like, I gotta be honest, this movie's not very good. I don't like it. And she's like, yeah. For whatever reason, we didn't turn it off, and then, like, the next day, I'm like, yeah, I didn't like that movie. She was like, me either.
Oh, my gosh.
I like seeing how... This has happened between you two and not us two.
We have the same taste buds, pretty much, or at least when it comes to certain things we do. But we seem to always differ on movies and TV shows and beer. I think
you like IPAs. I hate IPAs.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, candy, we're one of the same.
Yeah, candy.
Mint. we got one thing in common.
We all like chocolate and mint together. Team.
That was
he hates Stranger Things.
Such a good movie.
No.
Such a good movie. Frances McDormand was an outstanding actress. Woody Harrelson was outstanding in that movie.
Outstanding? I mean, I don't know.
Did it not rip your guts out to see what happened to him? And how that played out?
No.
You have no soul.
That movie just seemed like it was going nowhere, and like everything that kept happening, I'm like, oh my God, really? Like that? Because it felt to me, I went into it thinking it was going to be like a real life, like...
Mike says the ending was my favorite part. He probably hasn't even seen it.
It felt like it was supposed to be like somewhat of a, not a documentary, but like a true story kind of thing in a way. Like, that was in my mind going into it, that I thought something like that happened, and maybe it was based on a book or whatever. I have no idea. But... the way things were happening in the movie, I'm like, this is so stupid. Like, this wouldn't happen. And the thing that irks me too is that it's another Missouri show.
Gears.
It's set in Missouri,
Fake
just like
Missouri town.
Fake Missouri town.
Yeah.
But like Ozark,
redneck.
Everything's a redneck. Everybody's a hillbilly. They all talk to. I mean, the sad thing is,
that's how we talk here.
So. I've talked about this guy before. My neighbor across my cul-de-sac. Hopefully,
the grass cutter.
Yes, 2 guys across my cul-de-sac. Hopefully, they don't listen to the show.
He's watching.
They are the most foul-mouthed human beings that I have ever witnessed in real life.
Okay,
and they're at least 100 feet away from me, talking to each other, and I can hear them from my driveway, from my garage. And they talk exactly like these idiots in this movie.
So I don't know that it's that far off.
You might be right about that.
Because
they interviewed
honestly, and I am not saying this to be...
How do people talk when you're from... What the F you mean?
Well, realistically, you are an educated person. You went to college. Right. You went to college. I went to college.
Right. These two...
You know...
these two gentlemen across my cul-de-sac are both blue collar.
Okay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not at
one
all.
Of them does like concrete work. The other one I think does electrician work. Over the weekend, I overheard a conversation where they were talking about their favorite burger in Festus.
Okay.
But it went something like this. Man, did you have that effing burger down there? Yeah, that thing is fucking good. That is my favorite fucking sandwich. You know?
Really?
That mother is just great. I mean, it just was like, and they were, again.
Wait. wrong button.
They're 100 yards from me, or 100 feet, rather.
Where the hell? There it is.
And I went inside, and I'm like, I go, Lori, I just overheard a conversation between the two of them.
So what's her favorite burger?
And I don't...
The effing burger at that place.
Yeah, that
'Cause
mother effer.
Everyone knows
effing good.
it's Gordon Stoplight.
I think they were talking about
Probably.
that, actually.
Probably.
I think they were talking about Gordon Stoplight. They said the F word like 3 times in a sentence.
Yeah.
Okay, I could easily do that.
But we just don't talk to each other that way.
Right,
And this
no.
movie was like that.
This movie was like that, but honestly, man, I really think there are more people that talk like that than maybe
Really?
you realize. When you go to these rural, outstate areas where the population's 100 people,
Yeah.
the social economical status in that area is not great. I just have to wonder if that's not more true to life than what we actually
It
realize.
might be.
The
I just
people
hate
in
that it's-
Roseanne don't speak like that.
Because it's on network television.
I just hate that it's in Missouri, you know?
You got pride in your state.
Yeah, I got pride here. Come on. Couldn't it be set in, like, Arkansas?
Jersey.
I mean, I don't know. I thought that was a good movie. Played on your emotions well. You felt for the mom. You felt for Woody Harrelson. I don't know.
So who put Jumanji?
I did.
You saw that too?
I saw
Good.
that, too. That movie was hilarious.
Yeah.
We rented that while we were in the hospital. Because I haven't been to Redbox in years. 'Cause
Yeah.
everything's
Yeah.
So I got that and the Murder on Orient Express.
Oh, how was that?
Neither one we got a chance to watch. We were so
Jumanji, I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
It's so we watched it
good.
with the kids last night, and they were cracking up. But there's
A couple penis jokes. Yeah.
there's some pretty wild humor in
Yeah,
there.
so
They-
Annette took Jackson to see that movie, and she texted me. She's like,
oh no,
penis jokes.
well. He knows what that is.
Yeah.
it's pretty funny though. I mean, was it Kevin Hart?
Yeah, Kevin Hart plays
he's
good
just
character.
hilarious.
Yeah, and Jack Black's hilarious.
Yeah, Jack Black. I haven't seen him in a long time. And Nick Jonas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
He's not
You
as
should-
good an actor as Frances McDormand, but he works.
Who's Frances McDormand?
The chick in
The mom.
3 Billboards, yes.
Oh, okay. Wait, has she been in anything else?
Mike, what's she been in? Yeah, she's been in other stuff.
I'm not familiar.
Great actor. I can't believe you didn't like
And then the dad having that like 19-year-old girlfriend. I
Yeah.
thought was like. You think that happens? in
Yes, I think that happens, and I think you're naive to think that doesn't happen.
I guess it does. But she was super hot, and he was like just a scuzzball.
She's after money. I'm sure, Laura, your wife could probably tell you stories.
Probably. She didn't like the movie though.
She also won an Oscar for Fargo. Now Fargo is a good movie though.
Never
Well,
seen
I haven't seen the other one.
Okay, so
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One.
So this was one of those movies that I looked forward to very much.
all
seeing.
you talked
you've been
about.
talking about it for a long time.
It's probably my favorite book. I don't know if I'd say my favorite of all time is probably Animal Farm, but my favorite recent book is probably this one, just because there's so much that is Greg in this book, because it's all pop culture and 80s culture and
Very
stuff
pop
like that.
culture-y. Yeah.
So the movie came out. One of Molly's aunt came in the other day to our house to watch Millie. Molly took a nap. I went to the movie.
I thought you were gonna say you went together.
No. Well, she wasn't that interested, and I'm like, I'm not gonna force you to watch it. And because if you go to see this is very much a video game movie. Wouldn't you say that?
Yes.
It's I don't know if I would understand it as much if I didn't read the book. I mean, what was your take on it?
I loved it.
Really? Okay.
Jackson said he'd go back tomorrow to see it.
So, I thought the movie was good, but not great, because I guess I had there's so much in the book that is not in this movie. There's a lot so
I need to read the book, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So the whole premise is kind of a Willy Wonka thing. A guy dies who owns
that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
The Oasis, which is like a virtual reality where everyone goes, the internet type place now, and whoever finds all these Easter egg or finds these keys gets the Easter egg, which is the king, like
the company,
and this this evil corporation's hiring all these people to try and get it and all that, but and you're rooting for this one guy in the movie. I
will say, at times it did seem a hair confusing dealing with real life versus the game.
I think they did well in the avatars though, because it didn't take you out of the movie though, because you have real life and then you had the when they're in the Oasis,
right?
And there's a couple problems that Wade Watt, the main character, a big thing about him is he's poor, he lives in the stacks, and he's in high school in the book.
Oh, really?
And he has no money to go to any of these other planets in the Oasis, so he's stuck on the school planet.
Huh.
So that's a big thing, and yeah, he's the first one to find the copper key,
right?
Which is, so it's a little different. I understand for a movie, unless you want to make it 6 hours long, they gotta make it different. But it was entertaining.
Movie 20s.
Yeah, it was a little older.
20s.
Yeah, and they didn't show. There's a whole part where, well, I don't want to spoil that either, but I think if you go in there with I don't know.
I know my boys really want to see it just based off of the trailer alone.
Yeah, because there's a lot of little pop culture references around. Like, you'll see a Vote for Goldie Wilson poster just
oh, really?
hanging up at some point, and stuff like that. And he drives around in the Back to the Future DeLorean, and it's a good movie, but definitely you can enjoy both the movie and the book. That's what I'll say.
Interesting.
Yeah, because they're different.
Okay. I'll read the book.
I mean, they're similar, but they're different.
Okay. I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah.
So the author is Ernest Cline?
Yeah.
Does he have a lot of books? Or?
He's got a book called
Armada,
which is kind of like, have you ever seen, what's a movie where, Mike would know this. What's the movie where he plays that video game and then he gets recruited?
Last Starfighter.
Last Starfighter.
Okay, yeah.
It's similar to that too.
I see the pictures of it, yeah.
And apparently
we just watched that a couple weeks ago, actually.
Yeah.
So so then his book gets picked up and turns into Steven Spielberg movie. Huh?
I think Armada actually got bought too.
Really?
War Games. Mike is saying War Games. They're doing or maybe they already have done.
It's Netflix, isn't it?
Have they?
Yeah, I think it's Netflix.
I like the original War Games so much, and I don't know how.
That was the other thing. Lost in Space is coming out on Netflix as a series next week.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
cool.
Man, we fit a lot into this episode.
Man, I was going to say one thing about my Plex. They added, somewhere along the line, they added commercial skip.
Oh, nice.
So if you have an antenna hooked up to your Plex media server, I know, there's lots of people out there that don't know what the heck I'm talking about. But for cord cutters, it's nice because if you record a show, it automatically strips all the commercials out, puts it on your Plex server.
Cool.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So anything I record off my antenna on Plex just gets all the commercials stripped out of it.
Nice.
Nifty.
So, It's pretty awesome.
Huh.
And I kind of tested it last night I tested it. There was like 2 broke girls had about 15 minutes left. I'm like, okay, record. And it was maybe about 10 minutes after it aired that it was finishing stripping all the commercials out, which to me seems pretty quick.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
But
That's cool.
yeah, and it worked really well. So, yeah.
All right, then.
New tech feature.
Yeah.
That
Just start out the show with tips like that.
yeah,
Maybe it hook some more people.
hook them.
Yeah. Some actionable items.
Where
some
can you find us,
takeaways.
Greg?
Hey, you can find us at the candy shop. Go to stuckinbetapodcast.com. Review, write, subscribe. What do you do? Review, subscribe, and
Listen.
Watch.
iTunes,
And learn.
Google Play, Stitcher, and all your fine places to find us. Social media. Just look for Stuck in Beta. You'll find us. And that's been a show.
Yeah.
It's been good.
It's been a show.
It's been great.
Number 84.
Number 84.
In the can.
We'll see you next time.